It's so pretty. I mean, so pretty. Is that one of the prettiest motorhomes I've seen? What do you think? Let's have a proper look around, but this is the Burstner IXEO TL 680G. Little 4-berth, 4 belts, and generally I am so impressed. I've wanted to see one of these for years, we just haven't had one. I just need to show you this, I just really do. So, what do you think? That walk around, I mean, just look at it, it's just so beautiful. LED lighting really sets it off. The gold or champagne cab, the black accents up top along with the alloys as well. You know, that's exactly what you look for in any sort of vehicle, just to really bring it through and really set it off. Now Lewis, our cameraman, our lovely cameraman said about the decals earlier. What do you think about these, Lewis? Bit better than the previous ones? Yeah, so I think that the decals really, again, look nice to have a few red accents along with the greys and the blacks and everything like that. We do have nice big gas bottle there, or area there should I say, with 2 gas bottles inside. We've got the gas attachment there, so when you have this nice big awning out, you can really use that barbecue, and it's 7 meters in length. They do come as 3.5 ton as standard, but you can upgrade them for that little bit more to around 3,850, somewhere around there. Fridge vents, shower points, and then we do have a garage at the back, which, as you can see, this person's got a spare tyre in, just like me. We've also got space for awnings and everything like that. And the good thing is, which I'll show you the other side, we do have another door. What do you think? So at the rear, we do have the twin reversing camera up top. I really like that as well. Unfortunately, I can't quite reach it, but that's the brake light, and it really shines up nice in the Burstner badge at the rear. We do have reversing sensors as well. Again, we've got IXEO and Burstner written on the back in that gold. Oh, it's so nice. And then, yes, we're talking about the garage door on this side as well. I thought that was locked then. I nearly got you, didn't I? So you've got a little bit more storage, a bit higher up on there with a shelf. And then again, you've got storage all the way through. I love the little drain plugs here as well, by the way. Just so you can put your wetsuits and stuff in the back. Just drain it out after. Clever, yeah. Again, lovely alloy wheels, cassette toilets on this side, and just this whole design of the low profile but sort of over cab bit. It's not a Luton, it's in the middle. It's just a lot more sleek. It just looks a lot better than the normal drop down bed low profile motorhomes. Again, I just think it's beautiful, and it's just as nice inside. Now what we thought we'd do is let you see it in the twilight zone with that really nice LED lighting. Let's go and have a look. Oh, lovely. What more can I say? I'm sorry, I flipped the carpet up there. Let's close this door just to keep the cold out. Well, the cold in. It's winter in the motorhome. They're bloody cold when you first start them up, but this has had the heating on, so it's good to go. So let's start with this lounge area. So it's one of the biggest lounges you can get for a half dinette. The motorhome is very nice and wide indeed. 4-berth, 4 belts. There's your 2 forward-facing seats with belts. Now this chair here, on one of my negative points, is a little bit narrow. You know, you can't really lean back. There's not a cushion behind, but I can see the purpose of it. It gives you lots of width to this area and seating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 8 people, which is a great space indeed. Driver and passenger seat will also swivel round, and then you've got the bed above, which we'll get to shortly, which is very clever indeed. Without hitting myself in the head, nice little feature, we do have the drop down television into the lounge. This does turn into a double bed as well. Table, it is a big table, it looks a bit out of place almost, but you do need it for the amount of people that are going to sit here. Something else quite fine, quite fancy. Look at that, if you just want to do a bit of nighttime reading, you have got an LED spotlight as well, but I've got to admit, it's very nice and bright in here. I mean, just in this dusk light, it looks spot on. Overhead lockers, really nicely finished. don't know if you can see this bit here, look, that bit there. If you ever look at there's a pack on an Eastman & Bischoff Auto, it looks just like that on the doors in 2 or 3 places. Very nice feature. What do we think to these? Again, really nice little feature. Keeps this workspace nice and bright so you're not chopping off your fingers, which we'll get to shortly. But next, I want to show you this bed. On the right hand side here, you will see this control panel. You've got up and down. Now, in a second, I want you to keep an eye on this section here, because as you can see, it folds down to follow the roof line. So as we press down, it comes down and then it stops. And you can hear the motors going, which sounds a bit like my missus when I've done something wrong. It goes up, the bed flattens out, and then it comes all the way down. Obviously you need to move the driver and passenger seat down a little bit, the backrest, but then you've got this nice longitudinal drop down bed. You know, you have got the roller Team 590s and stuff like that have got a bed like this, but they're not lengthways, so you're not having to travel over each other to get out of the bed. You just legs down and out, although it's a bit more difficult on that side because you're going to end up with your foot in the stove. But there we go. So the only thing I'm missing on here is I could do with a little bit of lighting. I mean, there's nothing. Why did they not put any lights up here? You just need a couple of lights, that's all you need. It's one of my negatives, but we'll get onto them negatives and positives in a bit. It goes up nice and slow, nice leather finish, and something I do like about this is it's carpeted in the area. You can hear that section coming down at the front, which goes to the roof line, as we said a second ago, and then it goes up all the way, and it sits nice and flush on here, which looks absolutely beautiful. Something you don't tend to see with it sitting flush like this. If you've seen any of the recent videos of the NEC, the new Coachmans do that, and I think it's a really, really nice feature. The kitchen area itself, as I've already said, we've got this workspace here where you can chop without chopping your hands off, because you've got nice lights just above. Overhead lockers. We have got a sink, nice tap. We do have 3 hobs. Grill just below. I really like these soft close drawers. Clicks and everything into place rather than having to finish it off. We do then have a little bit more storage with your gas taps, and you've also got space for your spices. I mean, even things like this nice, this nice curvature of this unit down here, the grey, which is very much in style in 2023, bearing in mind this is 2018. I think it all looks really well. You've got LED lights underneath here to light everything up, and then you've got your glass cupboard up above to really show them off. Put your champagne glasses up there, and it looks spot on with that champagne exterior. On the opposite side, we do have this quite a nice wide fridge as well. Truma Inet ready heating. You've got heated tanks, so you're not freezing up. Just helps with the winterization. You've got overhead lockers, and then quite a nice feature here on the corner is your wardrobe. Now, although that is quite a small wardrobe, we have got more options at the rear. Now, first up, plenty of room to sit down on the toilet. Some motorhomes you like this, which is good for posture, but that's a different conversation for another day. Something I also quite like is this stunning tap. Now, if you know you've seen my videos with Jason, the motorhome man Reynolds, or his channel as a general, he likes a nice tap. I love this sort of waterfall feature on this. Got towel rail below, got 240 volt socket, we've got nice little LED lights around, mirror. And then we spoke about wardrobe space a second ago. So if I start with this one here and fold that one back, you've got another rail up there to hang your clothes. You've got your fuse board, or your trip switches there, should I say. And that's where you lost the space in the garage, but you've gained it in here, which I think is a much better reason. And then you've got another half, which is storage cupboards. You've got drawers that come out. Just really well thought after. I think it's very clever. My only problem with this motorhome as a general, well, not problem, that's not a bad problem, but the first half of it is carpeted on the ceiling, this half isn't. I don't know why they just didn't continue it on. Let's have a look at the shower behind you. So again, the shower, it is quite a nice space. It's not too small. I mean, let's face it, not many people use the shower in the motorhome anyway. Storage for shampoos and soaps and razors and everything that you might want in there. Just nicely finished. It's nice and wide. It is separate as well, so it's completely different. Completely separate area to the washroom as a whole. And then last and final, we do have the cab area. Now, as you'll see, is the driver and passenger seat have beautiful, stunning stitching in them. All leather throughout, which is what you want. I'm a bit disappointed that this isn't climate control. I'd have liked climate control for a standard of van like this. It does have hill descent control, traction control plus. It does have a leather steering wheel though. That's a nice feature rather than just the plastic ones. Cab air conditioning, you know what I mean, everything you need. Cab blinds, reversing camera, USB. You're pretty good to go in something like this. Now I think these came out in around 2015, 2016 and they went towards 2018-19, so I think they are lovely indeed. So what do we think? Is this one of the most stunning motorhomes we've seen? Or as our Wayne would say, it's lovely! I think it really is nice. Just the style, the colour, the width of it, the upholstery, the lighting, it's spot on. If I'm being really picky, I think the width of that seat isn't the best. It could do with a slightly better stand of the cab, and the roof being carpeted, or that, you know, that material all the way through. I think it would just look that little bit better. Just small little finishes. I get why they probably haven't, but there we go. So Burstner IXEO IT or TL 680G, 6G being the garage, 4-berth 4-belt. This is a 2018 and it's one of the nicest motorhomes I've got to say that I've seen. The lighting at dusk now, it's beautiful. Gives you a good idea of what it's like to own one of these when it goes to bedtime. If you've liked this video and you like this motorhome, please like, subscribe, and we'll hope to see you very, very soon.